Hey guys, SHROOMZ here. I decided to make a little ARK Survival of the Fittest guide video or tutorial video because a lot of you guys have requested it live on stream, in chat, via Twitter, or on YouTube. I decided to divide the video in 3 parts: early game, mid game, and late game. I will talk about everything I do and will try to explain everything as in-depth as possible. Here you can see me prepare some engrams on my hotbar, so I don't just have to go into the engram list and craft it while I'm gathering resources. You saw I created a tribe, I made a character beforehand, and now I'm just waiting for the game to begin. Here it's important to note that I'm not going for the center. I'm actually already looking towards the direction I want to run to. I already prepared a spot, or I decided to take a spot beforehand. I've played this strategy a bunch of times on stream, I played it off stream. It's basically only routine at this point. It's just not worth going for the center in free-for-all. This is a tip I got from Pedro Saltana, or Ralph, you might know him. The RNG element in the center of the platform at the beginning of the game is just too big. Yes, you might get a spear, you might get some tools, you might get some resources, but you can craft everything within seconds. Here you can see me pick up all the basic stuff I need to craft the basic tools and weapons. And while the guys are fighting in the center about the loot, or around the loot, I'm already established. I will already have my bow, my arrows, my cloth armor that I just put on. It's just not worth. Just don't go for it. Go away, get your resources, get your weapons, and get ready. After I'm done preparing the basic stuff, I try to get enough hide and enough resources to build 4 forges. I have my specific order of how I make things. Sometimes it gets disrupted by evolution events or by players, or just by RNG drop of resources. I now have my bows, so now I have to work on arrows. Once I have the arrows, I'm gathering resources to craft 4 forges for the base that I'm going for. After I'm done with those forges, I will go ahead and build my base. There's a lot of RNG going on in this phase of the game very, very early, because you don't know what the first evolution event is gonna be. If it's gonna, like, if it's the swarm, you might get wrecked by Meganoras, you might get delayed, you might lose a lot of HP. If a player comes and starts attacking you, don't worry about it too much, because you can fight them at this point. Just practice bow movement, or bow fights. Now, I have a little problem. I killed this Parasaur to get hides, and now Meganoras are attacking it. So I'm trying to attack the Meganoras without harvesting the Parasaur yet to get my hide. Unfortunately, that failed, so I have to kill those guys, which is not the worst thing, because I need chitin anyway. So what I tried to accomplish here is I tried to get hide gear as fast as possible, so people can't kill me that fast. As you guys might know, hide gear protects you from being one-shot, or from getting one-shot to the head with an arrow at the beginning. So get your hide gear and you're prepared. Since you need hide for almost everything in the game, you need 50 hide for 1 forge, so that's 200 hide for 4 forges, what I'm aiming for right now. You might just want to kill every dodo and every dillo you see on your way. Dillos and dodos are actually great because they're really easy to kill, and in the free-for-all mode they basically give you, I think, around 50 hides. It depends how lucky you get. More Meganoras, a little bit annoying. First evolution event is Mega Fog, which is not too bad because it kind of protects you from getting spotted by random noobs or random players. It doesn't even have to be noobs. That reduces the RNG a little bit. Now I'm making the hide armor, and I feel much, much safer with it. What's really important to note here is I'm making a blood syringe already. You need blood bags as soon as possible because you need time to regenerate your health. I'm leveling up some weight so I can carry more stuff. I will need a lot of weight for all the guns that I'm carrying later. I will need weight to gather metal and gather stone. It's really heavy. And also I need weight to gather my whole base in my inventory before placing it down. Right now you can see me gathering all the resources for the forges, which is basically just placing the forge engram on your hotbar, hold it down to see how many resources you need. You will see me do that a bunch of times. Just hold 6 because that's the forge, and check what resources I need. At this point we have 3 forges already. I'm just gathering the last stone to make the 4th forge. Now I'm ready with the forges. I place the crafting engrams for the base, all of them actually, in my hotbar just to save some time while crafting. I'm making the door already because I already had the materials. It's not that big of an issue in which order you make it. I'm going for a base layout consisting of 2 foundations, 6 roofs in total, or roof parts in total, 7 walls, 1 door frame, and 1 door. The 2 foundations will be placed, and 2 ceilings will be placed as a floor, kind of hanging over the edge, because I don't have enough flat ground to make a whole base out of foundations. You will see later when I place the base. As I already mentioned, you always need hide. You will need hide for your armor as well. You will need hide for the guns, for pretty much everything you craft. So I just killed a stillo really quick to get 50 more hides. Here I decide to get more chitin. Since I don't know how much I already have, it's never bad to have more chitin, I guess. Now I place my base in my hotbar so I can place it very quickly with no delay. I already got a little bit more wood because the next thing I'm gonna craft is the smithy. Here you will see me get some more metal because you need exactly 10 metal at the beginning. You need 4 metal ingots to make a smithy, and you will need 1 metal ingot to make a pickaxe. The second evolution event is double taming. So I prepare by making a few trank arrows because I never know. Maybe I find a trike, maybe I find a stego that I can quickly trank. Tranking stegos, tranking trikes is really, really quick. So just go ahead, trank it, and let it rest. Don't think about it again. Put some berries in, and you're good to go. Now I'm placing the base. This is the location that I practice. This is the location that I know very well. I just place my base down really quick because this is a very vulnerable situation. You stand still, you build your base, so you want to be done with this very, very quickly. Now that the base is closed, I feel very safe. I can rearrange my hotbar, and I can place the forges now. As I mentioned, I already gathered the metal for the smithy. As I said, 4 ingots for the smithy. And I gathered a little bit of wood to fire up the forge. I accidentally made another foundation that I just placed, or replaced, so I get the resources back. Now what I need is wood. A little bit more wood to fire up the forges, and a little bit more wood to build the smithy while the metal is cooking. Here I spot a little thatch hut. I tried to figure out who made this. Also, I tried to put my stone arrows in my second bow to prepare if there's a player there. I'm ready to fight at this point. I have stone arrows, I have my hide gear. This guy built a thatch hut, so I don't know where he is, but I'm checking the tribe. Here you can see me, Tribe of Bob 1. I wasn't exactly sure if it was Tribe of Bob or Tribe of Bob 1. I realize he is still alive. So I'm looking around, see if I can find a player, but then I just carry on doing my thing, because as I said, I am ready to fight. I have 1 blood bag, and I can't lose too much time with my own thing. Here I'm getting the metal out of the forge to make a smithy. As you can see, it was 5 metal ingots, because I need 1 more to craft a metal pickaxe. Also, I'm lacking a little bit of stone, so I just gather some stone to craft that smithy. I craft the smithy, I place it down, and I try to make my chitin armor already. Chitin armor puts you in a big advantage at this point of the game. It's still very, very early. and whatever the game throws at you, if it's a player or if it's a Carno drop or some Mega Nuras, you will be able to survive pretty much everything with chitin gear, unless you're already low health. Unfortunately, I don't have enough fiber to make the whole set, so I just make the essential parts, which is obviously the headpiece to not get headshot, or one-shot headshot, the chest piece, and the leg piece, because those are the biggest parts of your body. Most of the shots will go either in your head, in your chest, or in your leg piece. Since I want the full set of chitin armor as soon as possible, I do gather some fiber here, and want to put it in the smithy, but then I realize I have some wood in my inventory. Why do I have wood in my inventory? Oh yeah, I wanted to fire up the forges. You want to fire up the forges even though there is no metal in it yet, because you will need charcoal to make some gunpowder later on. Here, the next evolution event is Herbivore Drop, which drops random herbivores. It can either be mammoths, ankylosaurus, or brontos, as far as I know. And out of those three, the mammoths are actually the best, because you can tame them very, very easily. They're really slow when they're chasing you, and they tame fairly quickly. I highly recommend not taming the bronto, because you will need a ton of trank arrows, and you will not have the time or the resources to do this right away at the beginning of the game. Maybe you would decide to do it. I highly recommend not doing it. If it's ankylos, I also don't tame them, just because I find ankylos kind of useless. Whenever I claim ankylos, I will take them and I will use them, but I don't worry too much. After a quick look at the base that I spotted earlier, I see there's no player around. I equip the trank arrows. I have 18. 18 are enough to trank both mammoths. If you attack one of a species or of a race or whatever, you usually aggro both of them. So I just start tranking. I pull the bow all the way back, as you can see, because this adds the most torpor. Also, I aim for the head, and now I spot the player, and he has tamed a little dillo. So I try to think about what I'm doing. I'm glad I didn't jump into the base there. I wanted to do that, but I realized I might not even get out. That's happened in the past, and it's not a great feeling if you're in a base stuck and you can't get out. I do have a metal pickaxe, so I could be able to fight my way back out through the door. But now, here I just kill him with a clean headshot, claim his dillo, and be done with it. And that's basically it. I don't even bother looting him, because I doubt he has anything that's any use for me. Now, to tame this guy, I just put some mayo berries and some other berries in him, and as I said, let him rest, let him tame on its own, and just wait for it. I whistled here to stop the dillo in front of my base. It's not bad to have it. I don't mind dillos, but I don't tame them ever, actually. If I claim one, they're not bad. This is the first of, let's say, 4 metal runs I'm gonna take in this game. I actually don't know how many it was exactly. I decided to drop the stone to not weigh myself down too much, so I can get more metal, because I already delayed the first metal run a little bit by taming that mammoth. Now you just divide the metal equally on all 4 forges. I will show you the commands for that on screen right now. To save some time, I just put the stone that I gathered by gathering metal in the smithy, because I will need the stone later for spark powder and other stuff, especially for making a mortar and pestle. You need 65 stone and some hides to make a mortar and pestle. So here you can see I don't drop the stone anymore. At this point, I just let the weight of the stone weigh me down a little bit, but I keep the stone to put it in the smithy for later use. Little side note, whenever you have time and whenever you have enough HP, just drag some blood or draw some blood with your blood syringe and save it for late game. Also, don't forget to level up, because your HP will need time to regenerate. Now I made a mortar and pestle, and I place it down, put the stone in there, the stone that I already have. I drop whatever I don't need at the moment. As you can see, I save the narco berries though, because maybe I want to tame something later on. And this is just repeats. You just get more metal and let it cook. Right now I'm looking for tames, actually. And as I said earlier, mammoths are easy to tame, so I just use the remaining trank arrows that I have to trank this mammoth. And just put some berries in and let it tame on its own. Just put some berries in and you're Gucci. Now I'm trying to gather some more resources. If you have time and if you feel like you need some more metal, I think I already have enough. But I just gather some more. It can never be bad, I guess. Now that all the metal is cooking and it's just time that I need to have all the metal cooked, the next step on the agenda is to get some flint. And you need a lot of flint to make spark powder, because spark powder is needed for gunpowder. You will need 2 flint and 1 stone for 2 spark powder, and then you will need 1 spark powder and 1 charcoal for 1 gunpowder. So just gather whatever is around. I decide to not fully harvest the big rocks, because if they get harvested completely, they kind of explode. And other players can see that debris flying around and might be able to tell where you are, or it might just give away your position. So don't just gather it the whole way. Now the mammoth is tamed, and I whistle so it doesn't follow me because it might clip through the base. These are the really small things, but it gets really annoying when it clips through your base and you can't move in your own base. So now the spark powder is cooking, and I carry on. At this point I realize both of my bows are very broken and I don't have a lot of arrows left. So I just gather the material for arrows and some material to repair my bows, and craft some arrows on the way to be ready to fight whenever I have to. This is like a little slip, or a little slip up, because you should always have bows ready to fight and arrows ready to fight. As you can see, I have normal stone arrows equipped. I need leather. I need hide to make my guns. And now I spot another base. So I just abort the mission and go straight for the base and see what's going on there. I check, it's carnivore drop, and those raptors are gonna be annoying, so I just decide to shoot them and kill them really quick. And I saw that carnivores, aka raptors, dropped at that base location as well, so I know the player is in fact around. And I see the player, I start shooting him. He also has chitin gear, but he is getting attacked by the raptor. I have to make a quick judgment call to kill that raptor before I kill the player. And I start shooting at him. You see me miss a few shots. This is not the best fight, but I hit a lot of shots, especially drawn back shots, but I don't have a lot of arrows left. So at some point I have to abort this fight. He's making a mistake. Don't do what he's doing, by the way. Don't jump while shooting, because that makes your movement very predictable. Now I see I don't have arrows left, so I decide to abort the fight, go back to my base. I know I have tames. The guy is following me, which is a good thing, so I can whistle my tames on him and craft some arrows on the way. Sadly, I missed my whistle here. Here I get it, and now my tames are going for him. And I know he's gonna be busy with the tames, whatever he's doing. Either he kills them or he runs. So I just repair my bow, I make arrows, and I'm ready to fight again. I could have made more arrows there, but I just decided to go for it. Here he has broken bones, and my mammoth gets the kill. This is really good because my tames will now get a few levels. And for herbivores, it's really early to get levels early on so they can regenerate their health. As you might know, you cannot force feed herbivores back to full health, while you can with carnivores. So you want to increase their HP early on so they can regenerate it over the course of the game. I lost a little bit more time with that fight, but as I said earlier, everything was already cooking, and now I decide to make the gunpowder. You need charcoal for it, and the spark powder you need for it is already in the mortar and pestle, so I just craft it and I'm ready to go. I was on my mission to get some more hide, as you remember, so that's what I need next. I need hides to craft my guns. Also, I level up my tames here. There was a little lag, not a big issue. It recovered really quickly. I level up my tames, and I get the gear of the guy we just killed. Now I make whatever I can make with the remaining hide that I have left, which is a shotgun and a long neck and a pistol. Those are the 3 guns that we'll be using later on in the game. And I realize I need more hides for the rest of the stuff that I want to build. So I go up to the hill and look for something to kill. I don't see anything around straight away, but I think, yep, I spot a trike here. And start shooting at it to just get it and get more hide. Unfortunately, there is the swarm event. I am ready for it though. I still have spears. I just have to keep my distance to the trike. And you can see me check the distance to the trike and just keep running. I killed all the Mega Nuras already. So now I start attacking the trike, and it doesn't matter if it hits you once or twice. Your tames are here. I actually let the mammoth get the kill so it gets some levels. And now I just gather the hides, and this is going to be more than enough for the rest of the game for whatever I want to build. This is what I was talking about earlier. The mammoth was clipped into the base, so I have to move it so I can move freely within my base. Now the hide is back in the smithy. We have everything we need. I'm getting the gunpowder, put it in the smithy, because you need the gunpowder and metal ingots to make ammo. As you guys might know, you can exactly shoot 10 bullets with the long neck rifle, 50 bullets with the pistol, and 20 shells with the shotgun. So what I do first is I build pistol bullets, because you need 3 pistol bullets to make 1 shotgun shell. So while that's doing it, while that's crafting, I am making a little campfire here to get some cooked meat, because cooked meat will heal you a little bit when you eat it and you're hungry. You have to be hungry for it to heal you. Also, I'm repairing the set of the guy that I killed earlier, because it's always useful to have a spare set of chitin in your inventory. Now I equip my guns, and I get the ammo that I already have. I accidentally made 2 bullets too many for the long neck rifle. And now I'm making more pistol bullets to make more shotgun shells, because you need those. And now we have 20. I put it in my inventory, and that's all I need. Now I can make pistol bullets. 50, as I said, you can shoot with your pistols, so I make 50. And put them in my inventory. In the meantime, I stay hydrated. I put my meat back in my hotbar, so I can eat it later. I gathered so much metal that I can easily make another long neck. This is my personal preference. I like to go with a setup of 1 pistol, 1 shotgun, and 1 long neck. If I have more metal, which in this case I have, because I didn't get disturbed too much, I make another long neck. You only have 10 shots. Remember, you only have 10 shots with 1 long neck, so having a second long neck is really useful. Also, I gather all the charcoal and the remaining metal out of the forges to craft more gunpowder and to put the remaining metal in the smithy, so I can make more ammo and whatever else I need. If you still have metal left at this point, you can go ahead and craft all the remaining metal tools and melee weapons you can do. Some people make crossbows. I don't really like the crossbow at the moment anymore, because I feel like if you want to go for arrows, just go for the bow fights. If you don't feel comfortable with the bow, it's a little bit wonky, just go for the crossbow and go for aimed shots instead of the bow spam. What's left now is just reload all your weapons, clear your inventory, and make everything you need for the last stage of the game. You see the zone coming in here, so I know I have to hurry up with wrapping up. I mean, I have everything I need in my inventory already, so I can go ahead and just figure out what I need to do next. I level up my mammoth because it got a few levels earlier by killing the trike, you remember? And I made 2 parachutes, because you will need parachutes if you face someone with a big carnivore. If a T-Rex hits you, and you are already on the platform, for example, or you're going downhill, you can parachute, and you're going to be out of reach of the T-Rex, or Spino, or Carno, or whatever. So you just parachute away and shoot it while parachuting. I will not need the parachutes in this game, but it's always useful to have. It's a must-have late game. Rearrange your hotbar. and you're ready for late game. What you do at this point of the game is completely up to you. I decide to hunt for players, or I usually decide to hunt for players. If you feel more comfortable sticking around the border of the circle, that's totally fine. Just get some more practice. Here, I spot a campfire, and I also spot the player for a very brief moment. I see some tames, so I decide to approach and see if I can find the guy, maybe shoot him and claim his tames. Or worst case scenario, you just back off and fight another day. He might have more stuff than you have, and you might not want to take the fight. Here, I spot the player. He's standing still, so I decide to go for the safe headshot with the long neck to claim his tames after his death. I also spot another guy next to the platform over there, so I quickly move in, claim the tames of the guy that I just killed, and decide what I do next. After taking another look here, I see he has a Pteranodon. Pteranodons can be really annoying and really dangerous, actually, because they're really fast and hard to hit. So I decide to just take it out right now and let it not become a threat to me. Since I got a bunch of levels from killing that guy, I decide to level up my mammoths right now, and since I'm a little bit dehydrated, I just grab the berries or whatever is left of the berries from taming those mammoths to restore my water. Also, this little dillo came over from me shooting the Pteranodon, so I just quickly whistle my tames on him and just be done with him. I can't be bothered. I already know there is at least one player over there where I spotted the Pteranodon, where I shot the Pteranodon. So now what I do is I place my tames on the ramp so they're easily accessible and also easy to put up to the ramp whenever I decide to go up the ramp. Because sometimes tames can be a little bit clunky to handle and to control, so I just prepare them already. Since I feel very comfortable with PvP, I just move in. There's not much he can do to me. I can walk up to him and just shoot him in the face with a shotgun and claim his tames if they attack me. Or if anything goes wrong, if everything goes down, I can literally just run away from the tames and be good. I see two people are fighting there, so I prepare myself. I actually took a blood bag here because I have some spare, and I want to have as much HP as possible going into this fight. Following these tames, they're not whistled on me, so they're not gonna just attack me out of the blue. I just try to see what's going on. Like, how are those guys geared? What can I do? I try to kill the guy controlling these pets instead of the guy getting attacked. And here I see the guy jumping off his mammoth. So I grab my shotgun and try to take him out really quick so I don't have to deal with the tames later on in the game. And here you can see he's really busy fighting the other guy, so I just sneak up to him and kill him. The other guy actually tranked the guy's tames, so that's good for me because I was able to claim it. It doesn't really matter for the course of the game. Here I potato a few shots and the guy's running away, realizing that I have a gun. So I just decide to back off. I'm not gonna chase that guy. I know he's not gonna be a threat since he only has leather armor. So I have priorities here. I get the tames of the guy that I just killed and move back to my ramp, basically. After claiming the Pteranodons, I see the chat message that you can see right now, the red chat message saying that my Raptor level 1 has been killed by a player. So I realize there is a player next to my other tames on the other platform. So I quickly just rehydrate with some berries from that trike and make my way back there. Here, I finally spot my tames. A player has been attacking them and basically dragged them next to the ramp so he can easily shoot them with arrows. I decide to just whistle attack this target for my tames because I do have 2 Pteranodons. And as I said, they're really, really hard to kill. So I attack him. I also whistled passive, so my other tames are not going for him anymore. Because I don't have a lot of time to rearrange my tames to bring them up the ramp. What's left to do with the tames now is I have to get them up the ramp, and this can be a little bit difficult, especially because the zone is already moved in so much. But you have 30 seconds outside of the zone to rearrange them, basically. The carnivore drop doesn't do anything. In the meantime, my Pteranodon killed the guy that I whistled him onto, so that's kind of neat. And now I just gather them on the ramp and move them up. Here, I accidentally fire a bullet because I wanted to level up the Pteranodon and he moved away to attack that raptor. It's not really a big issue. What I have to do now is level up my dinosaurs, all of them. So I whistle U so they all stop and just start leveling them up. And as I said previously, at almost the beginning of the video, you have to be careful with increasing the HP on herbivores. At this point of the game, they won't recover their HP anymore, so you just basically just increase their melee damage, make them glass cannons. It's just a lesser of the 2 evils, basically. You don't want a very low level HP herbivore that has not a lot of melee damage. Same goes with the Pteranodons. You don't really need to increase their HP because they're a one-shot in the head anyway. If somebody decides to shoot them, it's just a waste of points. And if you increase melee damage, they can kill a player in no time. In the meantime, the second to last, the third place player already died. So I know there's only one guy left. I try to spot him. And here I spot his tames. He's on top of his mammoth and I take him out with a clean headshot. And that is GG. I didn't even need my tames, but that's how it goes sometimes. This is the first tutorial kind of video I ever made, so bear with me. I recorded a lot of takes and I deleted a lot of takes. If you have any suggestions, any questions about decisions I made, let me know in the comments. If you want to see more of those type of videos, please let me know in the comments as well. Leave a like if you liked it, leave a dislike if you disliked it. And GG, good luck in the games. And don't forget to subscribe.